Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. The purpose of this video is to serve as a basic guide on how you can get into the Kingdom Hearts trading card game. I'm uploading this video at the end of 2022, meaning the Kingdom Hearts TCG has been out of print for over a decade now. Don't let that discourage you though, because there have been plenty of people, myself included, that have discovered the game well after its run and still enjoy it to this day. I think it's important to start off with why you should get into the Kingdom Hearts TCG, since by definition it is considered a dead card game. So why should you get into the Kingdom Hearts TCG? Well, first let's ask the question, are you a big fan of the Kingdom Hearts franchise? If the answer is yes, then I think it's a no-brainer, as there are a lot of collectible cards with the characters you love from the series, and you'll have fun playing a game where it's easy to learn the basics. If you aren't a Kingdom Hearts fan, or perhaps you're more of a casual fan, but a fan of TCGs in general, then I stand by my statement when I say that the game design is my personal favorite out of all the TCGs that I've ever played, and I mean that sincerely. The card pool and a few rulings could have been thought out a little better, but the core concept behind the game fits the series perfectly. I'll do a separate video in the near future going over how to play the game, but to give you a bit of insight, I'll go over ways in which the card game relates to the video game. First off, there are two win conditions. The first one is playing a total of 13 world card levels. Winning in this way is called world racing. Your opponent will try to block you by playing Heartless or other dark cards on your world that you will have to defeat in order to reach your goal of 13 world card levels to win. This ties in very nicely with the game because you're traveling worlds and defeating Heartless along the way. The other way to win is playing aggro and reducing your opponent's heart points to 0, winning head to head during the combat phase. During combat, you attack using your player card, friend cards in your friend area, various Keyblade attack cards, or by casting magic cards. One thing I like about the game mechanics is that you can actually work toward accomplishing both win conditions simultaneously if you choose. A deck that attempts this is called a Jack of all trades. It's a very engaging TCG, and I think it captures the spirit of the video game because you're fighting off Heartless, visiting worlds, and the head-to-head combat feels like an actual duel. The other big reason why you should get into the Kingdom Hearts TCG is how collectible it is. Since it is older, some of the big chase cards have become rare, so there is a thrill of the hunt from a collecting standpoint. A lot of collectors love to fill out their binders for complete collections, and some even get their cards graded. The cards are mini-sized like Yu-Gi-Oh!, and they usually grade pretty well because they're high in quality. The Japanese foiling in particular is very well done, and the cards are beautiful. So hopefully I've convinced you to at least look into the game a bit, but where can you find a community if you decide it's something you really want to get into? Well, nearly 4 years ago, a community was non-existent, but another person I had spoken with about the game and I started up a Facebook page dedicated to the card game. It has slowly grown over the years, and we currently sit at just over 300 members. I've met a lot of fellow enthusiasts in the TCG, and I've made a lot of friends to the group as well. We hold yearly art contests with prizes. We've traded and auctioned off cards, and just enjoyed talking about everything pertaining to the Kingdom Hearts TCG. We've also made a Discord that you can follow as well, where we've played the game and even held some tournaments. Alright, so you're interested in the game and you've looked up some cards on eBay, and I'm sure you're seeing a lot of insane prices on the available stock. Unfortunately, I will say that this is to be expected in any collectible card game hobby these days, but it's also to be expected with a game that's out of print. Not to worry though, there are plenty of lots that do come up on eBay from time to time that are good deals well worth the expense. A lot of times messaging the seller on eBay has gotten me some great deals because the game is so niche that listings can sit for years. Outside of eBay, there are plenty of good Japanese websites such as Bai or From Japan to get your hands on Japanese cards that weren't released in the States. Mercari is another place where I've seen product pop up from time to time as well. The best place I recommend to buy from though is people within the Facebook group. I know a lot of people have some trust issues with scammers, but we've implemented a feedback system where once a successful transaction takes place, the buyer is encouraged to give the seller a +1. This feedback system works for trades as well. We've had many successful transactions, and I believe it is the best way to get your hands on the cards that you need to enjoy the game. Let's say you just want to play the game and not worry about collecting physical cards at all. Well, you can do that too by just buying Tabletop Simulator off of Steam and joining the Kingdom Hearts TCG Discord. The Tabletop Simulator mod, created by a member in the group, is a great place to build decks and play the game without the need of physical cards. If you do have physical decks built, the Discord group is another way that you can play if you and your opponent have a webcam set up. It's also encouraged that maybe you get a friend or spouse to play with you at home. There are also fan-made single-player options to enjoy the game as well. I'll make a video on some of the single-player and co-op we've come up with in the future. I hope that this video was informative on ways that you can get into the Kingdom Hearts TCG. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section below. I know from my own personal experience that this TCG was not accessible when I wanted to get into it, but now I believe that there are several ways that you can experience the game and enjoy it for what it is. This channel will continue to provide content for the game as well, so consider subscribing if you look forward to more. That's all I have for this one though. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.